Mic check, mic check. Good morning, guys. I just woke up. I'm gonna be so for real. Well, I woke up a couple of hours ago, but I still have the deep Yena morning voice right now. Good morning, guys. Hi, EU people, Europeans. Good morning, or sorry, good evening to you. Good evening to you. This is not my normal stream time, but I thought I would try this out for a YAPS session, just because I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to deep voice Yena. Listen, my voice is already pretty deep on the regular basis, but in the morning before I like start warming it up, it's hella deep. The register is insane. Good morning, my little mold eater. That's crazy. That's insane. Hi, everyone. Can I get a hi, Yena in the chat? Happy European times. Yeah, this isn't gonna happen probably super often, but I did want to like do a couple of streams somewhere around EU times. Just because I did notice I did have quite a few people from the EU. I was looking at my analytics, and oh my god, there's so many of you guys. Jesus Christ. Can we get much deeper? I mean, when I'm sick, oh boy, when I'm sick, it's like a fucking rumble. It's like, and I'm like, hello guys, hope you guys are doing well. It's like smoker voice levels. Actually, I'm curious. How many of you guys are actually from Europe in this chat right now? Can I get a 1 in chat if you actually are from Europe? Yeah, no, guys, I don't actually smoke. I don't actually smoke. I don't smoke. Just saying, it sounds like a smoker voice because it's so raspy. Where do you have more viewers? I definitely have the most viewers in the US. That's 100% for sure. But EU comes in at about a 33% second. So like a 33% of EU people watch me. And then I think the rest is like US. And then there's like a couple from other places. Yeah. Majority is US. It's like 75% is still US. How many Australian viewers do you have? You know what? That's a good question. Let's check. Today's yapping stream. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We'll take our time. Yeah, I mean, usually I mean, the thing is, streaming at, I think, what, 6 p.m. is technically the most optimal streaming time for, like, US-based streamers. Technically, listen, man, I don't fucking understand analytics. I'm just here to ride the wave. That's really it. Let's see my analytics. Let's see. Audience. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I lied. So it seems like 70% of my viewership is from the US. 10% is from Canada, and then there's like a mixture of a bunch of like other European countries that are like in the 1%, but it all adds up to around like 25 to 30-ish%. Australia, we actually have a good whopping 4.5%. That's pretty crazy. Do we have any Canadians in here? If you're a Canadian in here, press 2. I'm curious. Did you guys know I actually got detained at the Canada border once? Not for, okay, listen. I need to clear the air. Not for any actual illegal reasons. So I was going to listen, hear me out. Stop. Wait. No outrage just yet. Hear me out. Listen to me. So I was going to a convention in Montreal called Otakuthon. I was driving up with a bunch of my friends, and this was my first time actually like driving to another country. Like, I've always flown, so like customs are pretty straightforward, where it's like, oh, you go to customs and then you talk to them and then they give you clearance and then you go, you know? You declare what you want, whatever, right? But so Canada, the border has a bunch of different lines. A lot of them are just for visitation. So you just go up, you show your passport if you're an American citizen, and then you just get clearance to go through. There is, however, one line at the Canadian border that is specifically made for people who are immigrants. And it was at the time when I had gone to the border, the shortest line. And me being like, oh, it's the shortest line. I guess I'll just go into this one. So I go into the line and I get to the front really quickly because there was only one car in front of me. And the lady's like, immigration papers, please. And I'm like, I have my passport. And mind you, we were like teenagers at this point, right? Like it's just 4 girls in a car, and we all look hella confused. And we were all also cosplayers. So it wasn't just 4 girls in the car. It was also like trash bags upon trash bags in the car full of our cosplay clothes. And so you can imagine that it was a little bit sus. You can imagine it was a little bit sus. So we got flagged down because we didn't have immigration papers, and we also had suspicious items in our car, and they detained us. Fully took my car, took my keys, took my everything, my ID, and then they put us into a holding cell. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? We just wanted to go to a fucking anime con. But yeah. So that happened. Luckily nothing like crazy actually, crazy actually happened. Like, obviously we didn't have anything on us. Like, we didn't have anything illegal on us. We weren't actually trying to smuggle anything in or like trying to do something bad. Like, we were just cosplayers trying to go to a cosplay convention. Like, it was just, we just chose the wrong line. But so 2 officers actually went into my car and searched it, and like they searched the trunk, they found suitcases, they opened them up, they opened up trash bags. And have you guys ever seen Magi the Labyrinth? There's a character in there called I think his name is Judal. So I don't know if you guys know who this guy is. You might already know where this is headed. If you don't know who this guy is, let me give you a picture of what he looks like. Oh, God. So, this is Judal. That's him. TLDR. My friend was cosplaying him, and she had his wig in one of the trash bags. And the wig just straight up looks like beads for something much less appropriate. So we had to explain to the officer, we were like, we're not freaks like that. This is for character. See, this character named Judal from this one anime called Magi the Labyrinth. It's not anything sus, we promise. Officer died laughing, dude. It was so funny. But eventually, listen, eventually they did release us. We got held there for, I think, for like 45 minutes. And then they let us go. Okay, hold on. We did get through the line faster than some of the people actually waiting in line for clearance for visitation. So, moral of the story is, always go for the shorter line? Question mark? Were you able to reach the convention? Yeah, we got there on time. We drove over a day early, so it wasn't super like we weren't super pressed for time or anything like that. But we got there I think at like 11 p.m. Bro, the drive was insane. Okay, so I at that time was the only driver in that group. No one else could drive. So like I was always assigned designated driver for everything. Like it was just kind of like customary at that point. I have my own grievances about that. I have an issue of like being way too self-sacrificing when it comes to like doing favors for other people. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. But so at that time I was the only driver, right? And so I drove, I think it was 12 hours to Montreal. I think it might have been a bit shorter. But I just remember I drove a hell a long time. And on the way back, we actually didn't even like rest. We didn't even rest at all. We just did full 12. I don't even know how I did it. No stopping to pee, no nothing. I was just like, we're gonna fucking book it home. You know, we're going back home right now. And on the way back, while we were going through like, I think it was New Jersey or something like that. On the way back, we got into the middle of like a hurricane. It was crazy. I have this one video of there's like lightning coming down everywhere and like the rain is like swooshing around our car. You can barely see like 10 feet ahead of us. And then I'm playing, get this, I'm playing the Final Fantasy 15 Leviathan theme in the background in the car, and it looks like a boss battle. And then as we were driving, because of course we had to drive really carefully, right? Because it was fucking insane outside and I was scared for my life. As we were driving, the hurricane picked up and a trash can lid got onto like the windshield of my car, and I couldn't see for like a good like 2 minutes. Like we were all screaming in the car like, we lost visibility! Like, Yena, turn to the right a little bit! You're crossing the line! Like, and people went crazy. We were insane. Luckily, thought fast, use the windshield wipers, boom, they're off, you know, and we were fine. But like, it was an insane ride back. Yeah, thank God the lid wasn't steel, man. It was plastic. But oh my God, it was, whoo. Crazy, man. Hurricane with boss music that's leaked from the new Elden Ring DLC. How is the new Elden Ring DLC? I actually haven't played it yet. I was thinking about playing it on stream, but I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to tackle Elden Ring again. That game gave me so much stress. It's great. Balance is a bit off. Balance is a bit off as in like it's a little too hard, or balance is a bit off as in it's a little too easy. DLC will force you. Oh no! Fuck! I liked my build. It was so easy. I didn't have to worry about spells or anything. I could just, there's a 1-2 hack slash and then roll away. Reminds me of a road trip I was on college, and we almost got hit because someone was driving the wrong side. Dude, especially on road trips and stuff, on those small roads, like, have you guys ever driven like, I don't know, like on the I-95 or something like that? I think that's an East Coast interstate. Sorry, I know this is for the EU viewers that this stream was meant for. Here's all these American things that you do not understand. So, the I-95, for EU people who don't know, is a interstate highway. Interstate highways in America are basically highways that cross over multiple different states. And usually they'll go in one direction. Like, for example, the I-10 goes from east to west. The I-95 goes from north to south. This is an EU stream. It's supposed to be an EU-friendly stream. I mean, that was the intention. It was on the I-95. Oh God, I fucking hate the I-95. Oh man. Yeah, I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that highway. There's a joke on the East Coast where it was like, back when I used to live there, there was a joke on the East Coast being like, oh, like I-95, more like going 95 miles per hour, because no one listens to the rules on I-95. Everyone just speeds. Everyone speeds. No one signals. No one actually rides the proper speed limit. It's just It's the wild fucking west, especially on the more like isolated areas of the I-95. It's insane. It's actually crazy. Actually, EU people, do you have any American questions that you would like to ask me? I do pride myself as a pretty well-versed American, at least in terms of the country. Because I had to take a naturalization test back when I was 18. So, do you have any American questions? Maybe I know some answers to your burning desires for America. Yeah, EU-friendly stream to learn about America. Exactly. EU-friendly stream to convert the Europeans. Europeans? Europeans? That's not what I meant to say. That's not what I meant to say. If you don't know what ERP is, don't look it up. Don't look it up. I found out about this like a couple of years ago. I was scarred. Have you played GTA 5? I have not actually. I was thinking about doing a GTA playthrough because I've never played it. I've never played any GTA. Like I think is GTA 5 the popular one? Or is that a different one? I know there's one that's like really popular. Do you have a gun? No, I don't have a gun. Gun ownership is legal in California, I believe. But no, I've never shot a gun. I don't have a gun. I used to have self-defense weapons. But that was more so because I was just living in New York, and like New York is a scary place. But I do want to learn how to shoot a gun. I am very curious. Like, I want to feel how intense the recoil is, because like in the shows and the movies and stuff, it doesn't look that hard, you know? But everyone tells me it's like, oh, it's like the recoil is so strong and really like fuck up your shoulders and stuff. I'm like, I want to see for myself. I want to see. I want to see if it's gonna fuck up my shoulders. Is it true you don't measure paper in the A format, like A4 and stuff? Well, I do. I used to work in merchandising. So like I used to measure all paper in the A format, including the B format, actually. I use many different formats. What the hell is a kilometer? Caca! GTA is the most popular since it's the latest. Oh, yeah, San Andreas, I think, is the one I'm thinking about. That's the one I've seen the most about, I think. Have you played Resident Evil 7? Is that the one with Lady Dimitrescu? I don't know how to say her name. She's hot, though. But no, I haven't played it. I watched a playthrough of it, though, so I kind of already know what happens. But I haven't played it myself. Why do American people use cheese? Everyone uses cheese. What do you mean? Boy, the most cheese I ate was when I went to Italy. You know how much cheese I ate when I was in Italy? Too much. Too much fucking cheese. One may argue I had cheese with every single meal. The recoil isn't too bad depending on what you fire. That's what I've heard too. I've heard that a shotgun can really fuck you up. I'm really curious though, just because like I want to be able to have first-hand experience on it, just be able to like flex and be like, yeah, first-hand experience on doing this thing, you know? Sorry, hold on. I'm a little behind on chat. I have this, okay, I have this thing where I don't like missing chat, so I end up like back reading, and then it just like, I'm like 10 minutes behind on chat, and it's terrible. I'm trying to get better at it. I don't know if I want to buy a gun myself. I think like owning a gun is a little bit too, how to say, it's a little bit too stressful for me. I just want to be able to shoot one at a range. Like I want to learn how to shoot one. I appreciate the effort. Yeah, I mean like, listen man, this is the small streamer slow chat to suddenly big streamer fast chat issues, right? Where it's like, I'm sitting here being like, I want to read everyone's comments. Have you ever tried archery? Actually, it's funny you asked that because I'm actually going archery next week. I think I'm going next Saturday? I think I'm going next, no, maybe not next, maybe 2 Saturdays from now? Yeah, I'm trying archery out next week, or 2 weeks from now. I don't know. I don't have the schedule yet, but I am trying it out soon. Do you celebrate 4th of July? No, I do not. I'm actually not a super I don't love fireworks. I think they're pretty in like small amounts, but like the amount of smog they leave behind, and then like the air quality gets bad, and it's like, I don't know. I just don't think it's worth it. They're also loud, you know, and stuff like that. I'm not like a huge fireworks person. Do you like Hawkeye, as in the Marvel character? I'm gonna be so for real with you. I'm not super attached to Marvel. I just watched the Iron Man to Endgame arc, I guess, like 3 years ago. I was never into Marvel before that. Do you watch wrestling? I used to watch a little bit of MMA back when I had some friends who were into it, but no, I haven't watched it since then. This was like back in college, so. I've always wanted to try archery. Yeah, me too. I think it's so cool. And I don't know. There's something so elegant about like people like having that concentration, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's so cool. It's so like badass, you know. What's the funniest thing you have ever what's the funniest thing you've done in a store? Okay, I do have a really funny story from when I was little. So, when I was a lot younger, I didn't know how to speak English as well. And for me, I didn't grow up in a place where ESOL. Did you guys have that, by the way? American people, answer this question. European people, for those who don't know, ESOL is basically like, actually, what does it stand for? Is it still called ESOL? This is my age showing, bro. Yeah, ESOL is called English for Speaking of Other Languages, and it's a program that's like implemented in schools to help people who aren't first language English speakers learn how to speak English. But where I lived at the time, we didn't have a good ESOL program at all. And so I didn't, ESL, is it called ESL now? Oh, they just got rid of the O? What does ESL stand for? ESL meaning. Oh, English second language. I see. Yeah, back in my day, they called it ESOL. You're not beating the dog allegations with the fireworks. Hey, listen, that's also applicable for cats. That's also applicable for cats. I just don't like them that much. All right, listen, it's just I don't know. I don't like the smell of the smoke, and then it makes my asthma act up, and then like, you know, it's pretty, but it's also kind of like a little bit of a waste, you know. Thoughts on ARGs? I love ARGs. I love puzzle games in general. Actually, me and my manager were actually talking about possibly going to do an escape room sometime next month for a video idea. We'd have to get clearance to making sure that the escape room would be like cool with us like filming, obviously. But like, I thought that'd be a really fun like challenge-based video idea with like hand interaction and stuff like that, you know. DC, Batman, Superman. Never got into DC. Just never got into superheroes in general until like 3 years ago. To be honest, never got into pop media, American media in general until like 4 or 5 years ago. For those who don't know, I had a pretty rough upbringing, and unfortunately, due to that upbringing, we didn't have a lot of money. And due to not having money, we didn't really have a TV or access to cable or anything like that. Nor did I have a computer or internet and stuff like that. So I started learning about pop culture and stuff very, very late. Like, probably not until I got into like my last few years of high school. So it wasn't until I got into college that I met some people who were really into Marvel that I actually got into Marvel. English is your second language. Yes, English is my second language. I am Mandarin first language speaker. I was actually born in China. But I moved over here when I was around like 6-ish, 7-ish, and I got naturalized when I was 18. So I am a full-on American citizen now, but you definitely could not tell from my accent. You know, like I sound like a full-on, like, howdy, y'all, American. What's your Halloween costume? I'm a cowboy. I'm a cowboy, baby. Actually, I can show you guys. If you weren't here on the stream yesterday, I actually showed it on stream, but I can pull it up real quick. Give me 1 second. Just make sure I don't want to attach the wrong file. How did you guys like the stream yesterday, by the way? For lack of better words, unfortunately, the event was a little bit rushed. Just due to some miscommunication issues internally. So I gonna be so honest with you all, I've been so stressed. I've been working really, really hard to make sure this event goes smoothly. And it's been a little rough. I will admit I had a little cry last night just because of how stressed I was. Could be also because I'm PMSing, but you know. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I genuinely hope you guys enjoyed it because like it's my first time kind of planning this sort of puzzle-like game experience. And it was very, very wide encompassing with a bunch of different creators. So I'm trying my best out here. Sorry, Windows notification. But yes, here's my cowboy outfit. Woo, cowboy. Look at her, isn't she sexy? I love how this art came out. Also, I do want to... So, this design, right, was not made by me. I did not have any part of input on this, aside from the very beginning where I was like, I want to be a cowboy, right? I sent them my, like, prompt. I was like, I want to be a cowboy. Please make sure her abs are showing. And please make sure, you know, she's like, she has a big hat and she's tipping it. And that was like basically all of my requirements. Oh, no, I had one more. I was like, oh, please make sure she has flared pants, right? I didn't expect them to just not give me a shirt. Like, I fully was like, oh yeah, they're gonna give me like a crop top or something, you know? They just didn't give me a shirt. I was like, okay. No, for real. I was like, they just left my bra. It's fucking insane. It's just so funny. It's just so funny because like that was not at all a requirement from my end. Like I was like, oh, that may be a little bit too risque, you know? I don't know. Like there's some pretty crazy policies on YouTube about like not being too lewd. I've heard that people have gotten straight up demonetized by having a bit too much cleavage on their model. Like Alias was telling me the other day that she got demonetized like for literally just having like a little bit too much cleavage showing. And like apparently she's still working on getting remonetized. So actually I do want to give a lot of love to Alias. She has been so sweet throughout the course of like my stress throughout debut. I love her so much. If you guys don't know who Alias is, please go check her out. She's part of V4 Mirai. She's such a sweetheart. I love her so much. And like genuinely, like she has been so supportive of me and like making sure that I'm like, you know, I'm taken care of. And she's like, oh, she's so mom energy. She's so mom energy. I love her. Yeah, she's so mom energy. But yes, Alias has been so sweet. Because she's been demonetized, I did want to give a little shout out because, you know, give her a little more attention. Give her a little more attention. A stream that's not 3 AM here. Yeah, I wanted to do an EU friendly stream. I wanted to do a stream so that like people could actually yap not at the middle of the night. Alias is mommy. I fully believe it, man. Alias, yes. No. Yeah, oh my god, the chant's so cute. The chant is so cute. Yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of a thing for y'all. I do want to make this a consistent thing, like maybe one EU-friendly time stream per week type deal. Definitely not going to be my normal stream time still. I think I'm going to be aiming for a bit more, possibly midday into evening. But again, just kind of like testing stuff out right now because I also don't know when my optimal streaming time really is either. So we actually have a mixed bag of stream times. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's go over the schedule. Let's go over the schedule, guys. Whoa. Let me move myself a little bit. This is also the wrong schedule. Give me 1 second. Doobie-doo-doo. Oh, shit. Hold on. I have this still up. Let me export a version without the photo. So I can still be in your periphery. Doobie-doobie-doo-doo. I'm really excited for memberships. I want to do like want to do some co-working streams, I think, for memberships. I think those would be really fun. I'm a big lo-fi appreciator, so put on some lo-fi. We just work together during the day. Oh, that'd be so sick. There we go. All right, chat, here's our schedule for the next week. We are going to be, again, a jam-packed week this week. I am taking one day off on Sunday because I am tired and I need some rest. This is gonna be the last week where I'll be streaming basically every single day. Do you Rin's Halloween outfit, Yena? You're gonna need to rephrase that because I do not understand your question. Yeah, I'm gonna get some well-deserved rest on Sunday. But we have a full week of streams ahead of us. And this is gonna be our last week where I'm actually gonna be doing a full week of streams, I think, every single day. I think we'll still be streaming pretty often. I wanna aim for at least 4 streams per week. But it's not gonna be every single day like it has been for the last 2 weeks because boy, has this been exhausting. This is like been my favorite stream so far for literally just being able to just sit here and yap. I don't have to do anything with my hands. I can just read chat and talk to you guys. Do you like Rin Penrose's Halloween outfit? Yes, I do love it. When she first proposed the idea, I was like, that's fucking amazing. What do you think about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I only liked the first 3 parts. I wasn't a big fan of not all. I wasn't a big fan of part 4 and part 5. For me, it got a little bit too repetitive. I didn't think it was bad, but it was just, it felt like the same formula being reused with different characters with a slightly different plot. Yeah, it's a little bit of a rare take. I think for me, it was more so because I got so attached to the characters from parts 1 to 3 that it kind of almost felt like I was watching a reskin during part 4. I've heard that Stone Ocean was really good. Do you play Roblox? No, Roblox scares me. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that site. But yes, schedule for this week. We got on Monday, which is today, which is right now actually, for you if you didn't know. Yena Yaps. I'm here yapping, as you can see. Yappity yap yap. Single-handedly the worst description of a stream ever. Anyways, it's fine. On Tuesday, we're gonna be playing TCG Card Shop Sim. I want to see if I can get the actual Pokemon like mod working for that, because like I don't know Pokemon, but I also definitely don't know the TCG card shop Pokemons, you know, like the Tetramons or whatever they're called. But at least I know like Pokemons 1 through like 156 or whatever it's called, right? Like 156, is that what it's? What's the first generation? Is it through 156? 151, thank you. Yeah, okay, listen. Hear me out, all right? I need to remind you guys, I was poor. Didn't have money. No money in-house. No money to buy games. No money to watch stuff. Because no money, no console. Because no console, no Pokemon. You didn't have rich friends? Gosh, no. I didn't have friends, period. Bitch, you think... You think some barely speaking English motherfucking Asian looking ass like is gonna make friends in the redneck area of town? No! I had haters! I had people throwing rocks at me, alright? Nah, like genuinely though, I don't actually think I started making friends. I know this sounds really sad. I know this sounds real sad, but I don't think I started making friends until like late high school. And even then, like, it wasn't until I feel like I got to college I started really figuring out how friendships worked. Because for a while, I was like, everyone who became my friend was my best friend. Because, like, I didn't have any other friends. But then it was like, in my head, it was like, I'm like, they're my best friend, then I should be their best friend too. But then when, of course, you know, like, other people who are more social have other people who are maybe their best friends, like, that doesn't really work that way, you know? And there was a while that I actually had a really weird, like almost vindication against other people, where I was like, why does no one want to be my best friend, you know? Like, I want, like, they're my best friends. Why don't they want to be my, like, why don't they want me to be their best friends? And, like, it wasn't until I got older that I kind of started realizing, like, oh, social dynamics are, like, so much more different, you know? Like, social dynamics are so much dependent on, like, proximity, about how much you're able to hang out with people, about how much, like, how many friends you have, period, about your inner circle. You know, like, it's so much more confusing than initially what I had thought it was. But because I was, like, a late bloomer in terms of making friends, I didn't understand that. I had no idea, you know? I was just like, what the fuck? Why don't people want to be my friend, you know? Why don't people want to be, why am I not nobody's best friend, you know? Like, yeah, I was like mad. I was like, the fuck, bro? I'm cool. I'm not cringe. No, back then I was cringe. Back then I was so fucking cringe. I understand now why people didn't want to be my friends. But yeah, riffing off of that, no, I have not played Pokemon. I actually had 1 year where one of my dad's coworkers actually gifted me a Nintendo DS. And then I had it for 2 weeks. So, okay, no, he gifted me Nintendo DS and Big Brain Academy 2. The most Asian fucking game you could have given to a child. The most Asian. Big Brain Academy 2? Couldn't have gotten me like Super Mario or something? I don't fucking know. What the fuck? Was it called Big Brain Academy 2? I couldn't remember what it was called. Was it Big Brain Academy? Yeah, no, it was called Big Brain Academy. Yeah. Was it 2? Yeah, I think it was 2. Yeah, it was oh, maybe it wasn't 2. It was the Big Brain Academy on the DS. I don't know which one it was. It may have been the original one, may have been 2. I don't remember. But yeah, I got the Nintendo DS and I got this, right? And obviously, I didn't want to play Big Brain Academy because it was just me doing my fucking math tables again. And it's like, I already do math tables. My parents already give me charts to do. And so I begged my parents. I was like, please, can I please get Pokemon Leaf Green? Can I please get Pokemon Leaf Green? And they got it for me. And I had it for 2 weeks. And then they sold my DS. So, I have no Pokemon experience. We needed the money! Guys, when I say I was poor, I genuinely mean I was poor. Like, I was not thriving. I was not, as they say, having a good time. So, again, I've talked about this before, but it's why I have a lot of appreciation for being able to do streaming as my, like, career path now. You know, like, I get to, like, experience all the stuff I didn't get to experience as a kid, you know? I get to kind of relive my childhood a little bit. I guess the childhood I never got to live, more so. But, like, getting to, like, you know, like, think about playing Pokemon games. Or, like, you know, playing, like, older games I used to be interested in, but just never got a chance to play and stuff like that. Yeah, I've had a hard life. How old are you? Yena is 31. It's a little bit different than my actual age, just because I didn't want to full-on dox myself, you know? But Yena is 31. I am, unfortunately, up there. Have you ever played any Guilty Gear games? So I played Guilty Gear once. Just to try it out. I don't know if I'm really good at it. It was difficult. Never played a fighting game before. But yeah, I mean, I'm down to try more fighting games. I do be enjoying the challenge. What's your least favorite Canadian territory? I haven't actually been to Canada all that much. I've only been to Canada like 2 times, and they were both to Montreal. So I can't really answer that question because I don't have the experience. Guilty Gear Strive? Yeah. The fighting one. The 2D looking 3D type fighting one, I think. I don't know. Street Fighter 2 is a classic. I mean, I feel like I have to play Street Fighter now for the meme because we have an inside joke about Street Fighter now. Like, I think at this point, it's like we have to do it, right? Like, it's a little bit of a necessity. I had the original DS with the awful hinges, dropped it once and the screens almost fell off. It still worked though. Dude, consoles back then were built different. Consoles back then were so built different. Like, nowadays, like, you like breathe on a PS5 wrong and it breaks, you know? Like, I feel like back then you could like throw a Wii at a wall and it would still work. What is your real age? Mods, ban this guy. To the Shadow Realm with you. Guys, don't pry for personal information, please. It's against the rules. It's actually against policy. You will be sent to the Shadow Realm. Wiimotes literally destroyed team. Exactly, dude. Those things were crazy. And then like I sweat a little bit too much on my PS5 controller and it short circuits. You know, it's like, what the fuck? Why? Why? Why would you do this to me? Like this is like 60 fucking bucks. But it's fine. It's fine. Buff Pup, have you met her? I haven't met Buff Pup, but I think I've like maybe met her in passing once before. But not formally. Like, I've never sat down and have a conversation with her or anything like that. Mind Crush is crazy. Would you be up for playing Pokemon on stream? Okay, I would love to do a Nuzlocke. Like, as a person who has never played Pokemon before, I would love to do a Nuzlocke. I've seen some Nuzlocke challenges before, and they look really, really fun. I don't know how to go about doing it, because right now, currently, our emulation rules are still not super clear. So we do have to put a hold on that until I figure out what the heck is going on there. But I do want to do it. I do want to do a Nuzlocke at some point. Sorry, taking a sip of water. Hello, Queen. Good morning. Good morning, Dewdrop. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yena Buff Pup oiled up MMA match one. Oh man, I would love to work out with Buff Pup. I think it'd be a great little if like ever comes the chance of like we can do a guest collab of like working out together. I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, that's all for future plans. Gotta get a 3D first. Gotta debut my 3D first. So without experience, it's a bit hard. But that's because that's why chat can help me. It'll be a collaborative experience. See. What would you say your favorite console is? I mean, I haven't really had too many consoles, but I do think in terms of like intuitiveness, the Switch has been the most intuitive for me. Like, I think the aspect of being able to portably carry your console with you as you go, and then also connect it to like my PC, I think that's amazing. Like, you can't do that with the PS5, you know? I know that there's another console out there called the Steam Deck. I think it's called the Steam. There's so many different Steam. There's Stream Deck from Elgato. Then there's Steam Deck from Steam. And then there's so many of them. I'm just like, I can't. My brain, too much. Match each other's freak, I mean reps. I think Buff could match my freak. Yeah, I think Buff could match my freak. Is your avatar in the US or a different nation? My avatar is supposed to be set in a New York City-like city. So in Yena's lore, she's from... I just realized I'm still on my schedule. Let me finish telling the story, and then we'll finish going through my schedule because I got so sidetracked, and then we'll go back to the chatting stream. I'm sorry, my ADHD is so bad. So Yena is based in a city called Solar City, which is a riff off of Night City from Cyberpunk 2077. Well, not Cyberpunk 2077, just Cyberpunk in general. But the idea was like, oh, Night City, moon, day, soulless sun, so like soulless city, day city technically, you know. So that was the kind of reference riff of that. But yeah, so technically Yena is set in America. You kind of almost remind me of the female version of Sabretooth from X-Men. Sabretooth X-Men. You know, at first I was a little bit annoyed about how many people kept saying like, oh, you remind me of XYZ character. Because I was like, no, please, I'm original. But like, the more that I think about it, like, I think it's kind of a compliment because it's like, I'm fitting a niche really well, you know? I'm fitting this character trope really, really well if it's reminding people of so many different characters. All right. Schedule. Sorry, mini sidetrack. Yes, on Tuesday, we're gonna be playing TCG Card Shop Sim. I'm gonna see if I can get the Pokemon thing installed on there, just so I have some Pokemon I can recognize, and there'll be some form of relatability in chat as well, because I don't know any of the actual like base native TCG cards in this game. But the idea is we're gonna start around midday, and stream doesn't end until we pull a $1,000 card. I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know how that's gonna go. I've seen people pull $1,000 cards within like their first 2 hours. Maybe put a time limit. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll put a time limit of like maybe 4 hours or something like that. I think that'll be a good limiter. And then if we can't get it within 4 hours, we lose the challenge, you know, whatever. But okay, listen. I've seen people get $1,000 cards right off the bat. I've seen it. It is possible. It is so possible. Yeah, maybe I'll get lucky and do first pull and the stream is like 20 minutes, you know? Who knows? On Wednesday, we're gonna do some creepypasta readings for the thematic of Halloween. I talked about this a little bit on my last stream, but I'm a little bit of a weenie when it comes to spooky stuff. And so this is gonna be me dipping my toes into like the spookier content category. Gonna be so for real with you. I'm a little bit scared. I think the aspect of having chat with me is comforting, but I'm still a little bit scared. If you guys have any creepypastas you would like to recommend to me to read on stream, I would be more than happy to read them. So if you have any recommendations, please send them my way on the Idle channel or Idle Discord chat channel server. Idle fan server Yena chat. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, I would be more than happy to read them. I'm a little bit scarred by creepypastas because like, okay, so the story is back when I was like 11 years old, I read the Russian sleep experiment creepypasta and I got so scared I couldn't sleep. And then because I couldn't sleep, I got more and more anxious because I was like, oh God, I'm gonna end up like them. Oh God, I'm gonna end up like them, man. Oh fuck. But yeah, I haven't touched a creepypasta since, so we'll see what happens on Wednesday. I might be like, this is too scary. We're gonna end. Russian sleep experiment is the only actually creepypasta. Really? I'm sure there's other ones out there. Yeah, I've been told about the Genshin character who looks like me. Okay, personally, I don't see it. I think she's too elegant. I think she looks like me if I would have gone to like classical music school or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, do you react to YouTube videos? I don't know if React content is ever gonna be in my roster of content. I'm not a big React content type person. I like yapping too much. Don't like sitting there and looking at stuff and reacting to it. I like talking too much. So, I mean, if we ever do React content, it'll probably be more so of like almost discussion-based React content, you know what I mean? the kind of like, oh, like we talk about it, we look into it like a video documentary or something like that, and we like discuss it and talk about it or theorize about it or something like that. Do you have nightmares from horror things? I don't really actually get nightmares too often, thankfully. The ones I do get are really scary, but I don't typically get too many nightmares. For me, it's more so just like I can't fall asleep because I feel the feeling of fear. Discussion is the best kind. Yeah, back before in a different life. I really enjoyed watching like how do I describe it? How do I say it? Like not corporate drama, but like you guys remember when the whole thing with EVGA happened with Linus Tech Tips? Was it Linus Tech Tips or was it someone else? No, it was NVIDIA. Yeah. We covered that whole entire like storyline, and there was this guy who like made a documentary on it. It was so fun to watch. Oh my god, that was a super fun stream. Meme theory? I'm not a big memer. Not a big memer. I don't understand the brain rot. I'm gonna be so for real. Sometimes Riki will say things and I'll be like, yeah, you go, girl. Like I don't get it. I don't understand. It just doesn't fit well with me. Do you like dreams or nightmares? I mean, who likes nightmares? Anyone in here like you a fucking masochist? The fuck? I don't think anyone likes nightmares. Okay, sorry. Moving on. I got a little distracted. Thursday, we will be doing the actual Halloween event. It's going to be the day of Halloween. And at around 2 p.m., we're still working this out because, okay, again, I can't say too much, but there have been some, like, it seems miscommunication issues. And so we might have to change the structuring of the streams just a little bit. What may happen is Cersea, Riki, and Daisy are going to be doing the actual handling of the clues in terms of like streaming on each respective person's channel. So the way that let me give context. Sorry, I'm explaining further ahead than I need to. The original idea was that we were going to be split into teams of 4, and then each team would have different idol girls in it. They'd be all given the same clues and asked to find who the murderer is, what their motive is, what their method was, and what was their opportunity. And they had to do that for all 4 of our murders. However, one more piece of context. And then afterwards, after the 2 hours were up of allotted playtime, we would raid into the idol main channel and do the final reveal on there with all the girls in the call together. However, there have been some slight miscommunication issues, and there might be some people who are not able to make it for this event. And so we might not have enough people for 4 teams. That's the issue. So our current alternative is that Daisy, Riki, and Cersea are going to be splitting everyone into teams of 3. And then, or not teams of 3, but 3 teams. Sorry. They're going to be splitting them into 3 teams. And then each of them will be like the game master, basically, and help them out with clues and like help them out with leading them in the right direction and stuff like that. And then I'll be the person kind of popping into each chat, kind of like being like, ooh, team 2 has already figured out something. Ooh, and then like popping out and being like kind of like adding pressure. And then everyone is going to raid into my channel for the big reveal. So that's our alternative solution if we have some fuck ups with attendance. Yeah, that's the right word. We're working on it. Apologize for the late like notice on everything. It's been moving on, because if I talk about this more, I'm gonna say something I'm not supposed to. On Friday, we're gonna be playing Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion. And we're gonna be trying to 100% this game. I don't know if I will be able to do it. I've heard the game's a little bit long, but we're gonna be trying to 100% this game. I've heard the game is really fun, and I heard that the achievements are actually pretty easy to get. 100% the first game, yeah, 100% achievements. What is that game? It's so the way that they describe it on the Google.com is a 2021 action-adventure video game where you play as a turnip who evades taxes to fight the corrupt vegetable government. Sounds like America. Wow, I love America Simulator. It's very Zelda-like. Oh, really? Ah. Yeah, I heard the humor is really good. I'm excited to play it. I really am. I really have been looking forward to playing this on stream. I've been holding off on playing it ever since I found out about it. Ever since, you know, like, we learned that we were gonna be here. And so I'm excited. I'm excited. As my kind of turn up? Yeah, that's my kind of turn up. Oh, thank you, Claro. Thank you so much. Claro said my voice is lovely. Oh my god, thank you. You know, I really do appreciate all the kind comments on my voice. I think I talked about this a little bit before, but like you know, I do have some pretty deep insecurities with my voice. And I know like you know, there will always be people who don't like me, but when I first debuted, there were some pretty mean comments about how I sounded. And it did get me feeling a little bit like, oh, you know? So thank you for the compliments on my voice. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Who has a lovelier voice, Cersea or you? I think Cersea has a less abrasive voice than mine. I think my voice can come off a little bit aggressive, for lack of better words. She has a very soothing voice. It's a very like comforting voice. I think for me, I'm a little like drop down and give me 20 type beat, you know, like. But yes, Friday we'll be playing Turnip Boy. On Saturday, we'll be doing our WILDFYRE collab. Woo woo! I'm so excited for this one. I am so excited for this one. I love Mario Party. So for context, actually, I first played Mario Party about 2 years ago. Never had played it before. Didn't even know what it was. I thought it was just like another Mario game, so I wasn't like super interested. And then when I found out that you played with your friends and you also like, you know, like you got to like sabotage each other, I was like, ooh, this is my kind of game. So when I heard that a new Mario Party was coming out, I was like, ooh, it's time for us to have a terrible time. I heard Jamboree has been really good. Yeah, I've heard it's been really good. I played the Superstars one, I think. The most recent one before Jamboree. What kind of Mario Party player are you? Do you think it's a game based on luck or skill? Oh, so skill. So skill. The more minigames you win, the higher chance you get of getting the minigame star. Also, the higher chance you get of getting the most coin star on the bonus levels. Also, the higher chance you get of being able to buy stuff in the shop. The higher chance you get of being able to buy a star when you come across it. The higher chance you get of being able to have more plays on certain maps. It's such a strategy game. It's such a strategy game. I genuinely think, like, there have been times. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, you know what? Let me pull up a map real quick of this. For those who don't know, just so you have a frame of reference. Actually, no, I need to finish up talking about my schedule. Oh no, I'm done. That's the last day. Okay, cool. Let me go over to. Let me go back to my chatting scene. So in Mario Party Superstars, there is a Halloween map? Not really Halloween map, but Horrorland. That's what it's called, yeah. Horrorland. I gotta be really careful about me saying Horrorland. I have a tendency to not enunciate, So it just sometimes sounds like I'm saying Whoreland. Ah, not Whoreland. All right, I need to show you this map for context first, though. We're getting rid of Yena Cowboy real quick. All right, so chat. This is the Whoreland map, and this particular map has a really crazy mechanic where you can pay a king boo in the upper. Is that left or right? The upper right. Sorry, I had to do the hand thing. the upper right corner. There's a king boo. And stop! No, don't even start. Don't even start. Okay? I don't know my directions. All right? I just have to double check. But there's a king boo in that corner that if you pay 120 coins to, I think it's 120 coins, right? I might be saying the coins amount wrong. If you pay a extremely big amount of coins to, you can actually steal a star from every single player. And I had one game with my friend where I was in dead last place with 0 stars and just a bunch of money. And I made a play on the last round and got 3 stars all at once. And I won. Fucking Keikaku, bro. All according to Keikaku is insane. I would be fuming. Yeah, no, my friend didn't want to play with me again after that. For good reason. For good. I get it. I understand. I understand. Do you become angry when you lose? You know what? I don't know because I never lost before. No, that was cocky as fuck. No, I don't think I get angry when I lose. I think I get a little, I play it up a little bit on streams for the sake of content, as you know, one does as a content creator. But I don't actually have any hard feelings. You know, I'm like, you know, it's whatever. It's just a game, you know? Luck is still needed for dice rolls? Yes. However, you can work around your bad luck through strategy and being good at mini games. I genuinely believe that. There is an aspect of luck to Mario Party, don't get me wrong. Because, I mean, you still gotta allow little Timmy to be able to feel like they have a fighting chance, you know? You can't have little Timmy just be absolutely demolished by an adult. Like, it's a family game, you know? But I do think there is still strategy. She's saying that she plays it up now to shield the fuming anger when it happens. No, guys, I don't actually get angry when I lose. It's just supposed to be a little like, huh, I'll get you next time, you know, type deal. What have you played Among Us? So I actually talked about this in my last stream. I think I'm pretty good at gaslighting, but I'm actually not great at Among Us. I think for Among Us, I tried to 5-head a little too hard, and I end up messing up in places where, like, you know, I just shouldn't have messed up. Like accidentally venting when someone comes in, so I can blame like someone of the similar color. So like I used to have this strategy, right? Of like if I was in a room with someone and I saw that like the timer was about to run out, I would do this thing where I would how to say, not timer, oh, sorry, I'm fucking blanking. Before like someone else comes into that room, I would vent and then immediately blame them on the next round. So it's like, what I would do is if it's someone who's similar color to me, I'll be like, no, that was definitely light blue. You know? That was definitely light blue that vented. I saw. You know? I definitely saw that. And then like obviously like the person who just came in isn't gonna be able to like super well tell because the rooms are dark, you know? But sometimes that works against my favor and I end up getting kicked out because I'm too aggressive. So But I do like Among Us. I do like playing it. I would love to do a big Among Us lobby. I think it'd be super fun. Maybe I'll host that sometime. Maybe I'll host that sometime next month or something. I think that'd be fun. What's your favorite anime and manga series? Ooh, that's a hard question. Anime, I recently rewatched Kill la Kill. And it still was amazing. I still cried. So I think as of favorites is hard to choose because it's like there's so many good ones that are good for different reasons. Like I love Psycho Pass, love Kill la Kill, love Dungeon Meshi. I think I really like anime that has some implicit either criticism or implicit commentary on like society as a whole. Like Dungeon Meshi deals with desire and like how desire can ruin someone, how desire can, you know, cause someone to be become someone who they're not, you know. But how desire is also necessary because desire is part of, you know, life. Desire is part of needing to survive. You need to desire to eat in order to live, you know. Like there's a bunch of like metaphorical ideas there. Kill la Kill has that whole thing about like, you know, the way that like women are perceived in society, the way that, you know, nudity is perceived, the idea of like shamelessness and shamefulness, you know, like there's a lot of concepts there that are discussed, you know, and then like fucking Psychopaths is like a whole nother monster of like, what does it mean to be a good human? What does it mean to be a good person? You know, like I love animes that are able to like make you think. I think that's my criteria for a good anime. Like if the anime can make me think about something that I haven't considered yet or something that like a perspective that I haven't thought about yet, like then I consider it a successful anime. Yeah, I love Dungeon Meshi. Oh, Dungeon Meshi is so good. Mako, my queen! I love Mako. I love Mako. The Mako Ryuko dynamic was so good. Yeah, narrative depth. I think that's what I like looking for. Narrative depth. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Death Parade. For a while, actually, I know it sounds a little bit dramatic to say, but I think that anime kind of like changed my brain chemistry. Like it changed the way I thought about like life and death and also like judgment, like good people and bad people. Like I think like when you're younger, right, you have this like really like almost black and white perceived judgment of people where it's like there's good people in the world and there's bad people in the world. There's really no gray, right? But Death Parade was one of the first pieces of media that I watched where they really discussed the idea of context, the idea of intention, the idea of like, you know, misinformation and misunderstandings and how that can like, you know, cause people to do things that maybe they wouldn't even inherently do otherwise. And then, you know, the idea of like judging them based off of that, like how can anyone judge anyone based off of, you know, like their perceived circumstances in life, and like how do we navigate that? Like it was such an amazing show in that regard. Yeah, I fucking love Death Parade, dude. I actually learned how to start ice. So I started ice skating because of Death Parade, because I was so enamored with the Chiyuki story of her like ice skating and like her getting injured and everything. It hit very close to home because like, for those who don't know, I'm pretty health disabled. I've got a lot of issues. Most of them are like minor inconveniences. Some of them are more major inconveniences. But there was a big feeling when I was younger of like, I will never be able to do the common things that everyone else will be able to do. And it was, I don't know, it made me feel really sad, you know? Eventually I came to accept it. Eventually I came to find workarounds, but like at the time it was very sad for me. You know, I felt very isolated in my position. But Death Parade, like I think seeing Chiyuki's perspective of like, you know, how she like, so spoiler alert for those who haven't watched Death Parade, mute your stream for like 2 minutes. Chiyuki at the end of the series finds out that she committed suicide, and she finds out that she took her own life because she had a major injury from ice skating that she was unable to recover from, and she was no longer able to do the thing that she loved. And the whole thing with her is her rediscovery of like life is worth living, like life is worth fighting for. And it's such a beautiful, like, it's such a beautiful moral outcome of like, she gets reincarnated and the ideas that she's taken away, like a moralistic learning from like this experience in purgatory. It's so like, I don't know. And like, I related just so hard to her as like someone who is also, you know, a little bit disabled in different ways. And like, I don't know, it really struck close to home. And I think Death Parade gave me a lot more perspective on life. You can't say that word on, you can't? Oh, sorry. I guess I'll have to say unalive self. That just sounds so unserious. That sounds so meme. Demonetized. I'm not even monetized yet, dude. I'm not even monetized yet. Unalive Parade. Yeah, I love Unalive Parade. God, amazing. You'd love Berserk, even though it's dark. It talks a lot about finding your place in the world, how to overcome trauma and be whole again. See, okay, I've been told two different opinions about Berserk. One is that I will not like it because it's too dark and it has no happy ending. Two is that I will like it because it's all about the struggle and overcoming issues. I've only read like the first, I think, like 10 chapters, so I don't really have a good read on it yet. Do you like isekai anime? No, I don't. I really do not. I'm tired of isekai animes. I'm fucking tired of isekai animes. I just think there's too many of them. I mean, Cyberpunk is also very much like that. There's no happy ending and you like that. That is true. That is true. That is true. Yeah. Well, okay. Cyberpunk... I haven't read Berserk, so I don't know if it's comparable. But I think the reason why I love Cyberpunk so much is because even though there's no happy ending, the characters lived as they wanted. There's that feeling of freedom, you know, that feeling of like I decided my own fate. And I carved my own path for me, you know? Like there was no like feeling of like, oh, they were forced into this like they were forced into like doing XYZ thing or whatever, right? Like there's that very much the feeling of like I'm working against the system. They did it their own way, you know? I choose my own fate type deal. And I really like that. I really, really like that. Have you seen Villain Saga? I started watching it. I couldn't continue watching it because the main character was just too angry. I've been told it gets a lot better. I've been told that he has major character development, but for the time being, it's a little bit too angry for me. Dandelion? I haven't watched it yet. I've been too busy, man. What do you mean you don't like that time? Oh my god, wait, hold on. I need to... Hold on, one second. There's this one... I went to Kinokuniya recently, and there was this one... Let me see if I can find it. There was this one isekai manga I saw at Kinokuniya. It was called... I abandoned my engagement because my sister is a tragic heroine, but somehow I became entangled with a righteous prince. That is the full title. I shit you not. That is the full fucking title. Why is it that long? Why? Why is it that long? I don't understand. Korean isekai? I'm not sure. I just saw it at Kinokuniya. Yeah, surely it isn't extremely trope filled. Exactly. Like surely there's actually original characters in this. Of course, yes. It's descriptive, yeah. I mean, at least you know what you're getting into, right? Like, yeah. Ever watch a comic like Kill? I haven't, but I heard it's very sad. I've heard it's really sad. Would you ever do a tabletop roleplay? Yes, actually, okay. Not to harp on the murder mystery event again, but originally I had actually wanted to have all the clues on Tabletop Simulator like uploaded in a room as like a board game type deal. And then that ways the girls could pick them up in game and actually like look at them and turn them around and stuff like that. Unfortunately, due to constraints of time, that was not able to be happened. But maybe sometime in the future I'll do another thing like this again when I have the motivation to do this again. Because I do think the tabletop aspect of it really adds a lot to the kind of feeling of investigation, you know? My biggest issue with anime is how sad so many of them seem. I mean, hey man, not to get real on you, but life is sad. Animes draw a lot of inspiration from life issues, and you know, life is sometimes sad. It is what it is. Have you seen Arcane? I love Arcane. Can't wait for the second season. I really want to make a watch along for season 1 so that we can get ready to do a watch along for season 2. So I think like after we get memberships, we'll probably get started with Arcane as our first watch along. And then that ways we'll be ready and prepped for watch alongs for season 2. Do you plan to make merchandise? I mean, we kind of technically already have merchandise. I don't shill it too often just because I don't know how to add the links on here as like I don't know how to work YouTube. I know there's a way to like get stream elements to like do commands on here, and I don't know how to fucking do it. I don't know. Sorry. But yes, we do technically have merchandise right now. It's just a standee, a keychain, and a voice pack. But it's evergreen merch, so those will be up on the website for as long as I am not gone. But yes, eventually we will also be getting actual like Yena specific merchandise. But that won't be for a while because I believe like we get a chance to do that during our birthdays. So we definitely don't have anything planned currently, but hopefully in the future. Is there a Discord link? It's just the official Idol fan server. I don't know if anyone has a Discord link for that. I know it's just like, I think it's like Discord something, like discord.com/ like Idol Corp or something. I don't fucking know. Like it's something just like a pre-written out URL. I just don't know what it is. If any mods know it, or if anyone in chat knows it, please feel free to let me know, because I don't. I genuinely don't. You should play League of Legends. I will absolutely not play League of Legends. No, I refuse. I used to be a Season 0 player, actually, for those who don't know. I unfortunately have many experiences with the League climate back then. I quit around, I think, Season 5? Haven't gone back since. You've seen Chainsaw Man? I haven't seen Chainsaw Man, but I was reading the manga actively when it was coming out. I think I got up to... Oh, what was it? I think I got up to the girl with the bomb for her head. And then at that point, like, I just stopped waiting for weekly updates. I was like, I'll come back to this later. And I just haven't come back to it. What's a voice pack? Voice packs are... It's more of a... Guys, are voice packs more of an idol thing or a VTuber thing? I actually don't know. Oh, thank you so much, Shining. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's a VTuber thing? Yeah, I don't... Because I know VTuber culture stems a lot from idol culture. I don't know about voice packs. Started as an idol thing. I see. Yeah, so voice packs are, for lack of better words, basically like almost audio dramas, like directed at the viewer. So usually, sometimes they're a bit more interactive. Like I know, for example, like some of my senpais have done voice packs where it's like, oh, like take the viewer out on a date, or like, you know, going to celebrate my birthday together or something like that. And the voice pack is like almost like a talking at you experience. It would go something like, oh, hey, sorry, I didn't see you there. Ready to head out? You know, like kind of like that, you know, where it's like I'm almost talking directly at you, but and obviously you can't respond, but like Like, obviously, you can't respond to me because it's pre-recorded. Explaining this is gonna give me an aneurysm, dude. I don't know how to explain this. Basically, if you got no game, anime girls got you. Yeah, exactly. My voice pack is a little bit different. I try to do it as a more of a lore context, audio drama type story. So my voice pack is, without giving out too many spoilers, less about going somewhere with the viewer and more so about introducing myself to the viewer through unique circumstances. Wow, the more I say this, the more sus it sounds. It's not sus. It's very wholesome. In fact, it even gets a little bit sad, all right? Yeah, it sounds it's a little voice drama-esque type, yeah. Isn't it like ASMR without the whispering? Kind of? I don't know. Voice packs are just voice packs. Yeah, I do want to do a gym voice pack at one point. I do want to do a gym voice pack. Would you want a delinquent anime or any workout-themed anime? I mean, there's already a few like gangster delinquent animes. Actually, Gangsta is actually a really good anime as well. I really enjoyed that one. What are your favorite kinds of movies? I actually haven't watched too many movies. Like I said, just started watching Marvel very recently. So I haven't really had a chance to delve into the movie category of medias yet. Tell us how you and your senpais met. Well, okay, so I think I'm allowed to talk about this because I think some of the other girls have already talked about this. So I actually met all of Encore at Offkai last year. I went incognito. I actually even talked to some idol fans. So yeah, you might have spoken to me. Who fucking knows, man? But yeah, I was incognito at Offkai last year. This year, my bad. The last Offkai that happened. There we go, that's a bit more clarifying. The last Offkai that happened, I did go, and I did have to go into incognito. I couldn't say like I was Yena or anything like that, obviously. But I got to meet all the Encore girls. It was really nice. We got to go get dinner together afterwards. Actually, Riki was also that con, I believe. And we also all went to like Cheesecake Factory afterwards. And it was really nice. I got to like talk to all the Encore girls more, and like oh my god, me and Lisa, it was so funny. We were we were like sat at the end of the table, and like at that point in the night, we were so fucking delirious. We were like, con's over, we're all fucking tired. Like, I had been going to like room parties almost every single night. I was tired of drinking. I needed just like to sit down and eat food. And me and Lisa were in a corner of the big ass long table that they got for us at Cheesecake Factory. And we were just like, is Bunny gonna match my freak? And we just kept singing that over and over again, and we could not stop giggling. And then Lisa was like me and the girls at the Cheese Freak Factory. And then we kept laughing at the variations of it, being like, oh my god, the Freak Cake Factory. Oh my god, the Cheesecake Freaktory. Did you get cake, Allies? We did get cake, yeah. It was also on the company card, so that was very nice. Do you and senpais have an idol Discord? Yeah, I think it was linked above. You know what? Here, I'll just go ahead and pin it. I'll just pin message. There we go. Yippee! Have you talked with the Eternals girls? I have. I've talked with Koa, Lala, Taiga, and Ruby. I've not talked to Meika. I think I talked to her briefly in like a call with a bigger group of people. But like Ruby, I've talked to one-on-one. Koa, I've talked to one-on-one. Lala, I've also talked to one-on-one. And Taiga, we haven't talked one-on-one, but she did make a really good impression of me on the welcome relay that they did for us. And I was very impressed. But yeah, so I met the Encore girls at Offkai. I've talked to the Eternals girls, most of them. As for isekai, I've only really talked to Rin. I talked to Juna a little bit, but it was kind of in passing as well. Endless, I have many an experience with, because they came to America for they came to America for Anime Expo, and so I was able to meet up with them at that point. Then, actually, for the weekend of Anime Expo, I actually ended up hosting Encore at my place, which was really fun. I had a good time with them. Actually, if you guys remember all the sus-ass tweets that Enya and Tonya were posting about, like, Tonya, like, I see your naked body. Like, oh my god, Enya, like, stop. You're naked in front of me. Like, that's because I took them to a spa. I took them to a Korean spa where you get full naked, and I was just sitting there like, man, I'm just the fucking third wheel. I'm just the fucking third wheel. But yeah, there's spas around here where, like, it's gender separated and you get, like, full naked in order to go into the wet areas. And so yeah, me, Enya and Tonya, like, you know, we've gotten comfortable. We've gotten comfortable. We've seen each other's yitties, if you will. I wish Lisa could have come with us, man. Lisa had to leave early because she had to catch a train. But next time Lisa's over, she should definitely come with us. Yeah, I love Korean spas, dude. But yeah, no, unless I got to meet everyone, I think in terms of people who have spoken to the most, it's probably Kai and Redacted. Idol Redacted. I got to actually go get dinner, not dinner, it was lunch. I got to go get lunch with both of them one of the days during AX. And it was really nice. Got to, like, catch up with them, you know, talk about some stuff that, like, you know, we had alluded to and mentioned before, but, like, you know, never really got into. And, like, it was just a really good time. I had a really good time with them, and, like, it made me really excited to start working in the company, just to be able to, like, collab with everyone and, like, be more interactive with everyone and stuff like that. Redacted, you guys have an SCP? No, Redacted. Okay, so there's a girl called Momo Otako, who used to, well, not used to be, she's still part of Endless, but she is rebranding, and currently her Twitter account just says Idol Redacted or Redacted Idol. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's one of those. I had a nice steak dinner over last week. Oh, that sounds so good. I love steak. I had back when I was still living in the Wild West area, there was a butcher near me that sold really, really good tomahawks. And oh my god, dude, they were so good. They were so big and they were so juicy. Oh, fucking hell. Have you seen the Momo Otako animation with Yin? I have not, but I've heard things about it. I don't know if I want to see it. I don't know if I want to see it. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I personally like it. But I have no strong opinions. Okay, listen, you have to understand, I am the type of person to need to get as much value as possible from any place I go to with food. Like, if it's a place where you can put as many toppings as you want on it, I will be putting every single topping on that food. Even if I hate the stuff that's in there. Just for the sake of value, I will be putting everything on there. You have to understand. Like, I am not the person to ask for this. Like, there's a chain that I used to go to a lot in New York called And Pizza. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. For those in the EU time slots, And Pizza is a restaurant, not a restaurant. I guess it's more like it's like a semi-fast food. Semi-fast food? How would you explain restaurants like that? Like a choose your own? I don't know how to. It's a food chain. It's a food chain. Where you can go and you can make your own pizza, and when you make your own pizza, you can have as many toppings as you want. And so I used to go there all the time and just be like, hey, give me a custom pizza with everything on it. And then every single time, the guy working there would always be like, everything? And be like, yes, everything. And the pizza would come out more like a salad than a pizza. And it was so fucking funny because every single time I went, it was always a different guy. For whatever reason. I don't know if maybe they just have like a very large rotating staff or something, but it was always a different guy. And it was always the same conversation. They'd be like, are you sure? I mean, it might not cook well. It might be really... Yes. Give me everything. Put it all on there. Give me extra things too, if it's not going to cost extra. Listen, man, it's just value. It's just so fucking value. They quit after that is crazy. Yeah, they were so traumatized. They just up and left. I can believe it. I can believe it. Genuinely, I can fucking believe it. That's fucking funny, man. Oh my god. Is it just Subway with a pizza? Yeah, basically. I don't know what you guys would call those kind of chains, like a build your own? Because like they have a lot of build your own poke bowl places now, and like build your own salads and like build your own sandwiches. Fast casual? I don't know, because it's not really fast food, you know? It's not like your typical fast food like McDonald's or like BK or like, you know, Popeyes or stuff like that. Subway, I would say, is fast food. Yeah, Subway, I would say it's still fast food. But like And Pizza is a little bit more... I think And Pizza is a little bit more escalated. New coworkers are told, so hey, there's a hyena that comes in and asks for everything. Don't question it, just do it. Oh, man. You know, I did actually have... So I frequented a couple of specific places in New York pretty often. I did actually have this one place. It was called... Actually, I can say this because it's not doxing information. It's just like a location I used to go to in New York. I don't live there anymore. So if you guys are ever in New York, check out this place called Sundays and Cones. It's a family-run business. They have some really, really cool ice cream flavors. But I used to go every single week after school on Fridays and go get a black sesame ice cream cone from there. And it was almost like punctual for me. Like it'd be like I finished my last class and I go there, get an ice cream cone. And like it got so habitual to a point where the guy started having the sesame, like the black sesame ice cream cone ready for me, like at the dot when I came in. So I literally just paid and left. And one week, I think it was on my birthday, he was like, for free. And I was like, oh my God, wow. That's so sweet, you know? Love supporting local chains or local businesses. But yeah, no, I fucking love that place. I crave it sometimes. The black sesame ice cream there is amazing. Yeah, great guy. Fucking great guy. There's a lot of people in New York who actually really value like customer loyalty. There was actually, I'm sounding like really like a college student right now, but there was this guy that used to be parked in front of my dormitory who sold like these really good falafels. He did like really good, what's it called? Fuck, I don't remember what it was called. The thing that's like in the bread, it's like in pita bread, but then there's like meat and like vegetables in it, and then there's like white sauce. What is it called? Oh, I forgot. Shawarma. Yeah. Oh, a Euro. Euro. That's what it's called. Yeah. Euro. Yeah. So there was this guy that did really, really good Euros in front of my dorm when I was in college, and I would almost like chronically go at like the butt fuck hours of night because I was a really busy student. Like straight up my ass was like, you know, work until 3 a.m. most nights, doing either homework or projects or like studying and stuff like that. And I would go at like midnight to like 3 a.m. for a midnight snack. And he would always pack a little bit extra veggies into my Euro. And it was just really cute. He didn't even say anything. He would just do it. He would just be like, he looked at me the veggies, and you just pack a little bit more in there, you know? Is that not how you pronounce it? I thought it was Euro. I thought the G was silent. Is it Gyro? Is it Gyro? I thought Gyro was wrong. I thought the G was silent. Euro. Oh, Euro. I see. Oh, with a Y. I see. Yeah, I got corrected by that guy, so I was like, did he lie to me? Do you like spicy foods? Yeah. Yeah. I do be loving spicy foods. I think it's been an acquired taste, though, because I didn't used to like spicy foods. Something happened like in the course of the last few years where I just started really enjoying it. One chip challenge one. Ooh. You know what? That can be a donathungle. That can be a donathungle. Do a spicy foods tier list, and we'll get the spiciest foods I can find. If you could talk to your younger self, what would you tell them? Oh man. So many things. Stop being cringe is one. So many things, dude. Invest in Google. So real, so real. Honestly, fuck yeah, dude. If I could tell my younger self one thing, probably invest. Yeah, actually, that's a really good one. Yeah, buy Bitcoin right now, exactly. Dude, you know what's really crazy? I didn't realize how financially illiterate people were, like as a whole. Not saying any specific people, but as a whole, I didn't realize how financially illiterate people were until like I started learning about financial literacy. I remember I was setting up my Roth IRA, I was setting up my SEP, and like at that point I was really getting into like learning how to like do tax avoidance, to like minimize the taxes I have to pay and stuff like that. And I remember like I was looking into all these options of like what to invest in, and like there's mutual funds, there's index funds, there's, you know, stocks, there's so many different things, right? And at that point I was like, holy shit, you know, like if you're not taught this is like straight up just impossible to learn. Like there's so much stuff that goes into financial literacy that's just incredibly hard to access. And I was talking to my friend about this actually, because I was like, I'm a verbal processor, so like when I don't understand something, I like talking about it to try to understand it. And so I was talking about this with my friend, the same friend I beat in Mario Party actually. Unrelated but related. But I was talking to her about like, you know, oh, like I want to buy a house eventually, but then like I need to like raise my credit score a little bit more so I can like qualify for a better loan. And like, you know, like, oh, but like, you know, I also want to start investing into XYZ thing, but then like if I invest too much, then we'll have enough to pay off my credit cards, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, I don't even have a credit score. And I was like, girl, what? We're the same age. What do you mean you don't have a credit score? And I was like, what the, how did you buy anything? How did you buy your car? How did you go to school? I was so just bewildered. I was like, there's no fucking way you don't have a credit, what? No. And then I ended up helping her find some like, you know, entry-level credit cards to get started on with. And, you know, she finally has a credit score. She's doing great now. Her credit score is rising. Her credit age is a little weak, but you know, we will fix that. We will fix that with time. It's just so, yeah, I was just so bewildered. And then the more I talked to other people, because like, okay, so I had a high school reunion recently. Does that dox my age? Whatever. Recently, as in like anywhere from last year to 5 years ago. I had a high school reunion recently, and like obviously, like, you know, people in high school kind of thought I was a little strange. And so when I went back to that reunion and I had a major fucking glow up, they were like, "What the fuck? Yena Youngblood? Is that you?" And I was like, "Yeah, hi guys," you know? And like I actually ended up reconnecting with a lot of like old classmates. It felt a little bit weird just because like there were some people that I talked to who were like really friendly with me who actively bullied me in high school. But you know, I guess that's what a glow up does to you, man. That's what a glow up does to you. People stop being mean to you as soon as you start becoming pretty. But I was talking with a lot of them about like career choices and career directions, like what they were doing in life now and blah blah blah. And I found out that a lot of them don't even know how to do their own taxes, you know? Like I was like, "Oh yeah, like have you guys you know," I was like, at that time I had been really like focusing on building my Roth IRA portfolio. And so I was like, "Oh yeah, like have you guys invested in anything recently? Like, you know, like anything that has looked good for you? You know, like I know like the market is down right now. You know, like, you know, I've been investing into XYZ thing." People just gave me a look. They were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then I found out there were people there who have had a 401k for like 5 fucking years, have not invested into anything. 401k, money is just sitting there. No retirement fund investment, it was just sitting there. They just thought having the 401k was good enough. And I was like, "No, that's not how it fucking works. You have to invest the money in your brokerage account in order for the money to make money." And it's like, what's going on? Why do people not understand? But that's the day that I found out that people do not understand financial literacy. There's a lot of people out there who are very lost and don't know what they're doing, and they are losing out on free fucking money, man. They're losing out on free money. Free money. Doesn't their 401k company invest for them? Did they not set them up? So some companies do. A lot of government companies do. Like I have a friend who works in the school system, and the 401k company sets it up for them where it auto invests. But a lot of companies, if they're private, they don't do that because it's easier for them not to. Because it costs less money to not have to pay for that additional, you know, service. So everyone check if your 401k is being invested in. If you are a working adult and your 401k is sitting there stagnant without being invested into anything, you are losing out on active money right now. Please check right now if you are investing in something in your 401k. I beg of you. Yena CFPCP. No, I mean, I do have to make a disclaimer. All the legal advice I give, all the financial advice I give, is not credible because I am not licensed. So take it at face value. I am not legally responsible for you. I have to make the disclaimer. Brit here, what the fuck is a 401k? Okay, yes, let me explain for the EU people. So in America, because we don't really have like a government issued retirement fund. Okay, we kind of do. We have Social Security. It's a little bit different though. Social Security is like kind of like, okay, let me first explain the absolute atrocities of the United States financial predicament, all right? So basically, we are a rich get richer nation. Like, the rich are able to invest in things in order to have returns on those things. In America, when you work a like licensed job per se, you basically get like Social Security points. And Social Security points allow for you to get a certain amount of money per month after you retire. So it's like your retirement fund. However, a lot of companies will also, wow, this is just becoming a this is just becoming a financial literacy stream. What the fuck is happening? a lot of people, for a lot of people, Social Security isn't enough to get them by after retirement, because America's fucking expensive. And you can't live off of like $500 here anymore. Like $500 a month anymore, you know? And so what a lot of companies will do if you're working for them is that they'll offer you a 401k match. A 401k is a retirement brokerage account that, oh my God, Daisy. Daisy, welcome in. We're learning about finances. Would you like to learn? I'm teaching the Europeans about what a 401k is and what Social Security is and what financial literacy is. Hi, Raiders. My name is Yena Youngblood. I am Idol Corp's Gen 3 WILDFYRE's Hyena. And I am here teaching about American capitalism right now. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed Daisy's stream. What you guys do? What are you guys up to? Teach yourself at when, Yena? Nope, I'm not doing it. I know what you guys want. You guys just want to see me in a sexy librarian outfit. I know what the DGens want in chat. I'm not giving it to you. I'm gonna be fully clad. Fully clad? That's not the right word. Fully clothed, long sleeve turtleneck with, what are some teacher's pants? Long pencil skirt. There we go. Turtlenecks are form-fitting and makes it bad. Fuck! Fuck! I can't fucking win! God damn it! Yeah, I know people are still gonna think that's hot. You can't win, man. When you got a body like sorry. I gotta shut the fuck up. Anyways, back to 401ks. Back to 401ks. Oh my God. So because Social Security oftentimes is not enough for retirement funds, you don't put all your eggs in that basket. So I think for a lot of people in EU, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys don't really have retirement fund accounts, right? You guys kind of more so just have like, once you retire, the state gives you like a pension or something like that, right? I don't know how it works over there. But over here, once you retire, you're kind of just on your own. And so what companies will do is that they'll open up 401ks for you and they'll match your contributions up to a certain amount. For example, if, say for example, if Idol offered 401ks, and I put in $2,000 into my 401k one year, Idol would then put in $2,000 of their own money into my 401k for me to invest. And then TLDR, basically the more you work for the company, the more that they'll invest into you for your retirement. And then eventually, once you get to retirement, you then have a bunch of money saved up in that account that has now grown in interest because of the way that the economy works. That's always rising. So yeah, it's usually, yeah, up to a percentage of your income, exactly, yeah. Idol doesn't offer 401k, bro. Do you think we're actually... I'm an anime girl on the internet. I'm an anime girl. Think about this real carefully. I mean, if you donate to me, I can invest it into my Roth IRA, which is basically like a 401k match from chat. If you really think about it, that stonks. So the way that brokerage accounts work here is that there's a bunch of different ones, and a lot of times all those different accounts have different, how do I even describe this? Like different requirements to be able to take that money out, and also different parameters? I don't know how to, okay, so for example, 401k, when you put the money in, you don't pay taxes on it. You put the money in, you don't pay taxes on it. So like, for example, right? If I made, say 100K that year, and I'm contributing 10K to my 401k, So for that year, I only have to pay taxes on 90K of my money, of my profit. Anime Girl explains 401k is crazy! It's crazy! What am I doing? What is this content? Guys, this is content? I don't even fucking know. I don't know. Are you guys enjoying this? What's going on? Okay, great, lovely. Anyways. Fucking hell, bro. So Anime Girl explains 401ks is fucking insane, dude. So 401ks, when you invest into them, you don't have to pay taxes on that money. So say, analogy, I made 100K and I invest 10K into my 401k. And now I only have to pay taxes on 90K of my money because it's my 90K of earned profit, my gross income. And so that's great, right? However, on 401ks, once you do retire and you take that money out, you have to pay taxes on the money you take out. But it's not too bad because you will have appreciated a lot of money as well, because that's just how the economy works. Economy is always growing, and that's why we bank on these like brokerage accounts to work, because the economy has shown to be in a trend of always steadily going upwards no matter what. Even during the Great Depression, even during like recessions and stuff like that, like it is always shown to be steadily going up no matter what, which is why these accounts are usually really safe. Why are you so hot? This is not the topic right now. But a Roth IRA is something that you open up yourself as an individual. So me, Yena Youngblood, I have a Roth IRA opened up under my social security number. And this Roth IRA is something that's completely just mine. No company touches it, just me. Roth IRAs usually have a contribution limit per year. So for example, if I made $1 million, I fucking wish, if I made $1 million one day, and I wanted to invest $1 million into my Roth IRA, I can't do that. For Roth IRAs, every single year, you're only allowed a certain amount of contribution. I think for this year, it's like $7,500 or something like that. Can you guys stop saying I'm hot? I'm trying to talk about financial literacy. Hey, focus on finances. But on a Roth IRA, when you put in money, you do have to pay taxes on it. So for example, if I put, stop on me. Sorry. Oh my God. So, there's people in chat being like, yes, I agree, wow, very interesting. And then there's people who are like, wow, Yena's so smart, she's like so hot. The two genders of chat. Stop reading chat. That's the whole point of the Zatsu though. I read chat. But so a Roth IRA, when you put in money, you don't have to pay taxes on it. So, sorry, you do have to pay taxes on it. See, it's very confusing. It's very, very confusing. It's all a mind fuck. It's all complicated to make it so you don't want to touch it ever and you don't make money. This is what I mean by the rich get richer, because if you don't have money to invest in the first place, you cannot do these things. And then if you also don't have accessibility to resources that can teach you these things, you cannot do these things. Yeah, it's so fucked up, which is why I'm a big advocate of financial literacy, because I never got taught this shit. I literally went on Google and I was like, what the fuck do I do for retirement? Like literally that's what I wrote, and I got started from there. I slowly learned and I figured it out, But I am a big advocate for it because I do think that a lot of people are not using their money as efficiently as they could. And it's just sitting there in a savings account. Do you guys know about high yield savings accounts? Is that a thing? Is that a thing that you guys know about? If you guys don't have one yet, you should open one. It's a really, really good thing to have because it's basically a security account that you can take money from at any time that gains interest every single month. I have a high yield savings account that gives me a free $100 every single month. A free $100! Free! From the bank! And I can still take money out of that account at any time I want without penalty. It's just money that I have access to that the bank is giving me money for storing it at that bank. Isn't CD gives... Okay, CDs, I am not a fan of, just because I think if you're investing into a CD, sorry, context, God, we're jumping around in a lot of topics right now. Oh my god. Wow, I love it here, man. This is crazy. 657 viewers watching me talk about finances. Insane. CDs nuts, you can go suck my ass. All right, anyways. So CDs are called certificate of deposits. They're bank accounts that are offered to you by the bank. They are accounts that the bank offers you with a higher interest rate in order to encourage you to store money with them. Guys, listen! Listen! Finances, listen! Certificate of deposits! Yes. So, for example, I actually opened a CD a while back. I stored, I think it was around... Oh no, I think I still have a CD right now. Yeah, I have around... Actually, I have around... I won't say the number because I don't know if that's doxing information, but I think it's a little bit too sensitive information. But I have a pretty large amount of money in a CD right now. And my rate on it was, I believe, 5.5%. So basically, I get 5.5% of the amount of money I have in there every single month given to me for free. But the issue is, I can't touch that big amount of money in that CD until my CD comes to maturity. That's the actual term they use. It comes to maturity. And basically, that makes it so that chunk of money that you have isn't available to you for however long it takes for your account to come to maturity. 5% each month? Yeah, I get 5.5% each month. So, yeah, I'm not gonna say the number because I think it's gonna give me away a little bit too much. It's more than 5K. It's more than 5K. With CDs, it's kind of like the more you put in, the better. Because it's just like, it's money that like, so for context, the money that's in my CD right now is the money that I was planning on using for buying a house. Like I was going to use that money as a down payment. That's how much money I have in there. So I cannot access it right now. So I am technically a little bit poor as of right now, since most of my money is in that account. But the reason why I say I don't recommend CDs when you're just starting out is because CDs are for people who are more financially stable, for people who can really just like throw their money into an account and just forget about it. Whereas like I was a little bit, I didn't know that going into it. I thought I could still take money out. I had no idea. I learned from my mistakes. And after I put all that money in there, I was a little bit living paycheck to paycheck. Until I finally got, you know, a bit more of a savings racked up. So, yeah, I made that mistake too. You know, it's fun. You live and you learn. You live and you learn, you know? 401k, CD, Roth IRA. What else is important to know? High yield savings account. High yield savings account is probably the easiest account you can open up right now. Like even if you don't have like a good credit score, even if you don't have like, actually, even if you don't have any credit score, as long as you have a social security number in the US, I think you can still open up a high yield savings account like right now. But high yield savings accounts are great because they basically function like CDs, but they're a little bit more flexible. You can put money in, you can take money out at any point in time without penalty, and you still get a pretty high percentage on your savings account. So for example, I have a 4.66% on my high yield savings account, and I just keep all the money there that I have as emergency fund. And so like as the months go by, I get 4.66% of how much money is in that account for free from the bank, just because I have money with them. I feel like I should be recording this. You know what? I should do a presentation on this at this point. I should really just put a presentation together. Like at this point, like financial literacy 101. Isn't stocks better though? If you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing. Stocks are very volatile because the market is volatile. If you are just starting out, I highly recommend you go for something more stable, like a high yield savings account, opening up a Roth IRA and going for mutual funds or index funds. Sorry. For those who don't know, mutual funds and index funds are basically stocks, but they take an average of a bunch of stocks. So for example, there's the S&P 500. So I'm just throwing so many terms out there. I'm sorry. This is like, I'm sure this is so confusing. There's an S&P 500 that is a index fund that's really, really recommended for beginners to buy. And the reasoning why is because it takes the top 500 stocks and it takes their average amount and makes it into a share. There's so many letters. And so investing into that is really stable because you'll always be investing into the top 500 stocks in the market. So no matter if the economy grows and those stocks grow, then you also get more money. Like for example, actually, I'll go check my brokerage account right now because this is actually a number I think I can give you guys since it's not super doxing. Oh, also, yes, not sponsored, but like if you are looking for a place to do brokerage, you can't actually do them at normal banks. That's another thing. That's why it's really fucking confusing. You can't go to like Capital One or Bank of America or like Wells Fargo for these accounts. You have to go to a brokerage account dealer, which is like Charles Schwab or Vanguard or whatever like that. There's a bunch of different options, you know, choose what you feel is right for you. But yeah, Fidelity is also a good one. Yeah, exactly. There's a bunch of them. But the big issue is that you really cannot do anything. Like you really cannot do anything without this knowledge. Like I remember the first time I learned about brokerage accounts, I was like setting up my account on my brokerage dealership, whatever they're called. And like it was just so confusing. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I have to make a whole new account for this? And then I also have to apply for these accounts as well? Like, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm typing in a security code for my account. That's why my tracking got lost. Yeah, so for example, I started my Roth IRA. Let's see. I started my Roth IRA back in... Where's my investments? Transaction history. Here we are. There we go. Yeah, okay. I started this account back in 2022. So honestly, I even started a little bit late. Like I would recommend if you are in your early 20s right now, this is the best time to get started. Start maximizing your input into your Roth IRA. You are set for retirement. Like set aside $500 a month. Try to put as much money into your Roth IRA as possible. You are set for life. Like if you are 20s right now, get on it. Fucking get on it. Like this shit, I wish I learned this earlier. Miss Yena, will this be on the unit test? Yeah, actually, I will be making a quiz about this and you guys will be tested. So there will be a Kahoot. But yeah, so for example, in my Roth IRA, I won't say the amount of money I have invested into it, but so far I have made a total gain of $5,500 since 2022. That's a free $5,500 untaxed. No tax on that. Just for whenever I retire, that's a free $5,000. It's actually insane. Like, I was like, I can get free money? That's fucking crazy. Why did no one tell me about this? I want free money. But that's money you get from investing into the market. So again, I highly recommend. I highly recommend. All right. Spiel over. Yeah, of all of my accounts so far, I think I've made, in terms of profit, close to around 30K. Yeah, and profit's not the right word. Gains. Close to around 30K in gains. We want more finances, Yena? Ask me some questions. I'll try to answer them. But again, this is all money that I can't access until I retire. So this is money that I'm setting up for when I eventually am no longer an anime girl and I need to start living a life of an old man and I can't work anymore, you know? Thoughts on crypto? It's not my thing. I think it's just a little too volatile for me. I'm very much so the type to just dump money in and not look at it again, you know? I don't like having to keep up the idea of like, oh, I have to like sell, I have to buy, you know? It's too much time. When would be the cutoff time to set up a WILDFYRE? I actually don't know about that one. I think you can do it at any time, but it's just like, you can only contribute a certain amount every single year. Yeah, I'm very risk adverse, yeah. It's also just like, I don't want to think about it. You know, I have enough on my plate already. Like, I don't need to think about potentially losing money. I'm only going for options for retirement that are guaranteed to gain me money, you know? Are old Pokemon cards a good investment? Okay, I'm torn on this statement because I think collecting is a beautiful thing. Collectors who like genuinely love collecting and genuinely love, you know, sharing that love of collecting, I think it's a beautiful thing. I despise the card collecting scene that's only focused on monetary gain. I despise it. I think it has ruined the collector's like scene, and it kind of has put a damper on a lot of things that should have been more fun, you know? Like getting your favorite Pokemon and like, you know, all that stuff. Like, it shouldn't be oh, this card was so expensive and I got this rare card because it was so expensive, you know, and that's awesome. It's more so like, I got this rare card because I love this series so much and I have bragging rights to having this thing that no one else has now. Like, that was more of the vibe back when I was into collecting myself. And nowadays it just kind of feels a little bit all monetary based and like all like, you know, oh, get it PSA 5, like whatever, PSA graded and like the maximum value to sell it or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. It just makes me a little bit sad. I do love collecting cards. I actually was really into the One Piece TCG for a bit. I also was really into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity collection for a while. I actually, okay, this is a little funny. It's a little excessive, but I have every single Ash Blossom rarity in my collection. Every single one, from normal to the fucking quarter century 25th edition, whatever it's called. Yeah. I have every single one, including the alt art. Like, I have actually every single Ash Blossom. It's not that, okay, I just thought it was really funny for the memes, because Ash Blossom was a really, like, I think it's still a pretty popular card right now, right? I don't know if it's still meta. Hand traps are usually always meta, no matter what, but Ash Blossom was, like, one of those cards that, like, I always put into my decks, no matter what, because it was just so fucking funny. It was so, Ash Blossom, you know, like, like, opponents about to whip out their, like 16 chain combo, Ash Blossom, you know? So when I was pulling on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity collection for a while. And when I got the quarter century rare Ash Blossom, I was like, well, we have to collect all of them now. Master Duel stream when? I gotta brush up on my skills a little bit. I don't want to embarrass myself on stream. It's been a while since I played. I haven't played since, oh god, I think Master Duel, I haven't played since when Master Duel first came out, actually. When did Master Duel first come out? Release date. Yeah, 2022. So it's been a hot second. Max C is also a very funny card. I love the Lava Golem. Lava Golem is a great one too. Nibiru is also a great one. I also love playing Kaiju. I never win playing Kaiju, but it's just the funniest shit. Seeing like the opponent mauled because like you get rid of like their ace monsters. Oh man, I fucking love Kaiju. I remember I played Kaiju against, oh my god, this is so mean. Looking in hindsight, I shouldn't have done this, but I was playing Kaiju with a friend who had never played Yu-Gi-Oh before. And I was like, look, I'm being nice to you. I'm giving you a monster. See? Yeah, and she was so confused. She was like, thanks? Thank you? And then she would just be like, what's going, can I summon a monster? I'm like, no, my turn. It's your turn? No, it's actually my turn still. So the Kaiju deck is all about summoning monsters on your opponent's side of the field. There are some criteria that have to be met to summon those monsters, but it's this game of like, you control the entire board basically if your opponent doesn't have a good deck to counter it. So you can spawn a Kaiju that is lower attack than the Kaiju that you have on your field, and you can just basically force them to attack. Like, force them to Kaiju battle. And then you slowly just chip away at their health points or their life points until they lose. Then you play Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed is not legal. No shot at coming. She's talking about one of the most annoying decks ever. Listen. I didn't get a very high win rate with Kaiju. It was just funny to play. I love giving my opponents a turtle. Yeah, it's so funny, dude. I fucking love it. Oh my god. That was you! Yeah, if you guys ever actively played Master Duel back in 2022, you actually might have encountered me in duels before. I was really, really invested in ranking for a while. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh deck? My favorite deck in terms of thematics and in terms of like the way the mechanics work has still got to be the Stardust deck. I think after they added in TC Librarian and Junk Speeder, I think after they added supports for Stardust Dragon, it was a really, really fun deck to play for a while. It's not as strong as some of the other decks in, I think, current meta. But I really enjoyed like the concept of the Stardust Dragon deck. I'm a Synchron player. Yeah, I'm a Synchron player. I love me my synchros. Do you still play Master Duel? I haven't played since 2022. I played really, really actively for a good, I would say, like, year and a half. And then I stopped. Stardust has a whole bunch of new support. Oh, really? Oh, shit, that's awesome. That sure is a statement. Librarian Speeder released 15. Okay, no. What I mean more so is that, like, it added more complexity to the deck that was already like kind of like losing its steam. Like Speeder was added in when Stardust decks were not viable, you know? And then Librarian was added in when it was like, okay, we need a bit more power because there's power creep. Like I didn't mean it as in like when they were added in together. I watched a YouTube video about Yu-Gi-Oh blending together, which is part of the problem. I play Yu-Gi-Oh online now, mainly it does. I will say, I still do not understand XYZ summoning, or Link summoning, or Pendulum summoning. I have no idea what's going on with those things. Like, no idea. Just actually, I've never learned. I don't even know if I want to learn anymore. Do you get Link summoning? No! I tried playing a Link deck. I tried playing one of the whatchamacallit, like the base decks you can buy in the store. I bought that one. And I tried playing it. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. XYZ I hate particularly because I think what's it called? Numeron? Numeron is XYZ, right? I just remember I went against this one guy who had a Numeron deck and I wanted to just unalive myself. Like I was just like, is it my turn yet? Is it my turn yet? Please? Can I? Please? It just cheats out monsters like a field spell. No, it does! It's so stupid! I fucking hate. Ah! Yeah, it makes me want to demonetize myself, exactly. Numeron. Yep, love Numeron. There's a bunch of annoying decks out there. What's it called? There was this one deck that was really, really meta back when I was playing. Dystopia? It was like a... I forgot what it was called. It was really meta in 2022. Like, everyone was making it. No. Despia, that's what it was called. Yeah, Despion. Despia was really meta back when I was playing. Disappointment! Yeah, branded Despia, yeah. I tried making a Despia deck. It was so expensive! It was so expensive, dude. Is it still meta? Is it still viable? Tier 3, damn, it was like so high up on the tier list before. I see. Not tier 1 anymore. Yeah, I remember when I was playing back in 2022, like branded Despia was so popular. Like it was almost impossible to go through a play session without bumping into someone with branded Despia decks. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do a branded Despia deck. And then I never built it because it was too expensive. There's a Genshin TCG now. I heard, yeah. Are they making actual cards for that? I played it a little bit back when I like hopped back onto Genshin for a while. It wasn't bad. I didn't think it was too terrible. I actually thought it was pretty fucking decent. Kind of simple, but I mean, it's Genshin, you know? Have you tried a One Piece TCG? Yes. Me and my friends actually used to really, really love playing the One Piece TCG. We would actually have game nights where we would just like bring our decks and just play them. I really liked, oh my god, what did I play? I think I played... What's that one deck that has to do with life manipulation in One Piece? I forgot who it was. Oh, it was, fuck. I don't know the character's name because I haven't met her in the series yet, but, the blue hair with purple horns, big titties, I think Yamato. Yeah. Yamato. Yeah. I played Yamato. Oh my god, her base deck was actually so fun to play. Oh, is she white-haired? I thought she was blue-haired. Yeah, I love Yamato. I really enjoyed playing with life manipulation. Tips are, I see, tips are mint green. I see. Yeah, the double damage was nice too. The double damage was awesome. Yeah. No, it wasn't ulti. It was definitely Yamato. Do you play Pokemon games, TCG? No, I don't. Pokemon is the one thing I never really got into. I think because it was for me at that time, I never got into the Pokemon TCG. Because I had always associated Pokemon with just being the actual like catch and release type games. I didn't even know the TCG was like playable until like a few years after I started getting into like other card games. But I don't know if I want to play Pokemon TCG. I don't understand the rules. It seems a little confusing to me. Like there's a whole energy system or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Pokemon's just kind of not up my alley. Have I ever played Arknights? Yes, I have played Arknights, and I know who Siege is, and I have been compared to her probably 9,000 times by now. It was actually not intentional. The character reference I used for Yena from Arknights was actually, oh, what's her name? Fuck. The white-haired girl. She's also a cat girl. Forgot her name. Invex? No. Indra. Yeah, Indra. Yeah, Indra. You say that's like Yu-Gi-Oh is not complicated? Yes, but okay, Yu-Gi-Oh I've had time to digest. Yu-Gi-Oh I've been with since I was younger, you know? And also I just don't look at XYZ summoning or Link summoning or Pendulum summoning. I just don't look at it. It doesn't exist in my head, you know? Those cards just do not exist. Yeah, Coca-Cola or Pepsi? Neither. I'm more of a Dr. Pepper kind of girl. Try Digimon? I've actually never watched Digimon. I've never gotten into Digimon at all, actually. I've heard that Digimon has actually some really good story. I've been recommended some games by some people who are really, really into Digimon. I think the evolutions are so funny though. The fact that they're just like, they're all little guys to start out with, and then suddenly one of them becomes a human. Like what? How does like what? You know what I mean? Like, oh, how does that even work? They are hot. I agree with you, but it's like they were just a little guy. Why are they a human now? You know? Like, is there a reason for that? Is there a lore purpose for that? Yeah, Angemon. Yeah, Angemon. Angemon is hot. What Yu-Gi-Oh attribute would you consider yourself if you were Yu-Gi-Oh card Yena? Earth, wind, fire, water, light, dark, etc. I mean, I feel like I have to go with fire, dude. Because, I don't know. I'm fucking red-orange. I'm in a group called WILDFYRE. There is a lore purpose. Oh, there is. Yeah, ain't it called Wild Water, exactly. Oh, Beast Warrior could be good. Yeah, I can see that. So what's the lore reasoning for Digimon having human evolutions? What is the lore reasoning? They just be doing that when they get stronger sometimes. They even change from plants to animals and different species of animals. What are you eating right now? Oh, can you hear that? I'm sucking on a cough drop. Damn, is my mic that sensitive? Damn. What type of bending would you have in Avatar? Oh, that's a good question. So I actually took a quiz and I got earthbending. But I think you guys might disagree. I don't know if you guys agree with that. I think it fits me really well. I know a lot of people think I have a very like fiery personality, so obviously firebending and whatnot, you know. But I think like I'm a bit too jaded to be a firebender, if that makes sense. Waterbending, easy question. Waterbending, really? You see me as a waterbender? Rest of Wildfire. Ooh, okay, that's fun. Okay, Cersei's definitely a waterbender. I think Daisy's an airbender. Riki? Ooh. Riki is a sanity bender! Ooh, chi blocker is actually so good. Yeah. Riki would definitely be a chi blocker. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like Riki fits into any of the bendings really well. Like, Cersei, I think, fits into water bending really well because, like, not even just because she's, like, pirate themed. Like, I think Cersei is very in touch with her emotions. And she's also, like, very sensitive to, like, the emotions around her. And so, like, because of that, I think she makes a very good waterbender because she's very perceptive of, like, the people around her, the emotions that others are feeling, the emotions that she herself are feeling, etc., etc. Daisy, I said it as an airbender is because Daisy's very much about like peace, like tranquility, peace, being at peace with yourself and being at peace with your life and stuff like that. Kind of like leaving behind desires and stuff. So I really see Daisy as an airbender. Riki, I don't see as a firebender. I don't see as a firebender, mostly because firebenders are very, how do I say? Their whole thing is that, like what's found out about them is that they're not all about evil and war, right? They're like more so about like drive and like passion and wildness, right? And while I think Riki has passion, like for content creation especially, right? It's almost as if it's like the passion that firebenders have is a bit more strict. It's like, yeah, a sternness. That's a good way to put it. It's like very much so like almost testing yourself, being like, you know, like proving yourself, being better for yourself, stuff like that, you know? So I don't know what Riki would fit into in terms of bending. I feel like the closest thing she would fit into is probably firebending. Just because I know she is really, really passionate about like, you know, her work and like all the things that she does. But like, it's still a little bit off. You know what I mean? It's still a little bit off. Would you consider yourself a metal bender in addition to earthbender? Ooh. I would say... Based off of how metal benders were in Korra, I would say no. Based off of how Toph is as an individual, I would say yes. Sandbender, swap bender, lava bender. I mean, those are just kind of all offshoots of like, you know, the regular bendings, right? Metal bending, financing, coin bending. Yeah, exactly. I love Toph, man. I fucking love Toph. Oh, King Boomy is actually a great reference point for Riki. Yeah, you're so right. Like a crazy earthbender. Everything changed when the Vape Nation attacked. What is something you do if you have free time? Work out? Take a bath? That's about it. Cook? I'm trying to find work-life balance. I'm trying my best. It's not going super well right now. I'm kind of just working and sleeping, which is not great. In fact, it is 2:30 p.m. I've been yapping for how many hours now? 2 hours? 2 hours and 30 minutes? I should go get something to eat. I know I have a meeting today. Let me just check to make sure I'm not missing that. Yeah, I'm good. But yes, I think we are gonna call it here for today. I gotta go get some food. Thanks for reminding me, chat. I haven't eaten today yet, so I'm gonna go get some food, eat my lunch, and then start working on other stuff. But yes, let's go raid someone. Let's see who's on right now. Impromptu mukbang? No, I actually have to go cook, unfortunately. Cannot just go heat up food for this one. Actually have to go and make the food. Disappointingly. Who is streaming right now? Oh, let's go raid Koa. It's her birthday today. Yeah, let's go raid Koa. All right. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you guys had a informative yap session. Sorry for spilling finance all over you guys. I will talk to you guys tomorrow for our TCG card game shop simulator, card shop game simulator challenge, $1,000 card or else I don't end stream challenge thing tomorrow. But yes, have a great rest of your day. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to others, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye now. Bye now, everyone.